Long ago, when the world was young and wild, the great African continent, famed with the breath of gods and spirits, in the vast forest and among the towering mountains, there lived a being unlike any other, a god whose strength was fierce as the storm, and whose resolve was as unbreakable as iron. His name was Ogun, the god of iron, war, and thunder. Ogun's spirit was born from the essence of the earth itself, forged in the fire that shone beneath the surface. He was a being of power, his skin dark like the iron he mastered, and his eyes glowed with the fury of the skies. His voice rolled like thunder across the savannah, and his every step was an earthquake that shook the ground beneath him. He carried with him a great iron machete, sharp enough to cut through anything, and a hammer that could forge the strongest tool known as humankind. In those days, humanity struggled against the wilds of nature. They knew no tools and feared the forests, the animals, and the unrelenting elements. They prayed to Ogun, begging for his help. Moved by their pleas, Ogun descended from the realm of the gods, stepping into the land with a crack of thunder. Ogun walked among the people, his towering form casting a shadow over the villages. At first, the people trembled in fear, for they had heard of Ogun's temper, his love for war, and his thirst for battle. But Ogun was not there to destroy. His heart, though fierce, was just. He saw the struggle of humankind and decided to teach them the ways of iron, the secrets of forging tools, weapons, and instruments of survival. He led them into the forest, where no man or woman had dared to tread. There, deep within the dense trees, Ogun struck the earth with his mighty hammer. The ground split open, revealing veins of iron ore beneath. From that iron, Ogun showed the people how to make axes to fell trees, spears to hunt the wild animals, and knives to carve the land. Under the guidance of Ogun, they learned to forge weapons for defense and tools for agriculture. The people prospered and their fears of the natural world diminished. But with power comes conflict. The new tools and weapons given to them had given rise to ambition, and soon villages turned against one another. Wars broke out and blood stained the land. Though Ogun was the god of war, he did not desire senseless violence. He was the protector of justice, and his rage grew as he watched people misuse his gift he had bestowed upon them. One fatal day, Ogun, enraged by the bloodshed, unleashed the fury of the skies. Dark clouds gathered overhead, and the earth trembled beneath his feet. His voice thundered across the land as he warned humanity of the path they had chosen. But the words had fallen on deaf ears. The wars continued, and Ogun's heart, though strong, began to break. With a mighty cry that shook the heavens, Ogun raised his iron machete to the sky. Lightning split the clouds and rain poured down in torrents. His hammer crashed against the earth, creating rivers of molten iron that flowed across the land, swallowing villages, animals, and alike. The storm raged for days, and when it finally subsided, the land was cleansed and only the strongest and wisest of the people remained. Ogun withdrew into the mountains, watching over the lands from afar. He had given humanity the power to shape its destiny, but he knew that with power came responsibility. From that day on, Ogun became both revered and feared, a god of thunder and iron, a bringer of justice and wrath. He did not interfere often, but when the cry for justice raged too loud, or when the world was thrown into chaos by greed and war, Ogun would return. His thunderous steps would echo through the forest, and the skies would darken once more. For Ogun, the god of iron and thunder, would forever be the guardian of balance, the protector of truth, and the harboring of storms. This was a story told from generations to generations. And it is said that a tribe of people among people that witnessed the coming of Ogun built a temple in reference of Ogun, and people gather far and wide to worship him. Have you heard the story about Ogun? If you're just joining us, please subscribe, like, and share my videos. See you in the next episode. Bye.